Team, we learned, I'm just trying to summarize everything that we learned today. Basically, today, what we learned was two things. One, how to use ChatGPT to dynamically engage with your clients by commenting on a post that they have created, right? So that is the most important thing. But I also want you to know that not just you can engage with your client by commenting on their post, but you can also dynamically connect with your client, right, using the same post, right, by generating a connection message from that post. So you can do two things. You can engage with them if they're already connected with you. You can connect with them if they're not already connected with you. So you can actually dynamically engage and dynamically connect using the same content from the same post, right? Now, we looked at a number of basic examples how we could do it. For example, right, we can ask ChatGPT, can you give me a first-person response comment to this post in a short and a provocative manner? Okay, and then copy and paste the post that the client has put over the thing, right? Now, doing this, honestly, you're using pretty much 0% of your brain, right, to do this. It's not even big. You ask ChatGPT to give you an answer like so directly and so easily. Let's say, try this out, see what ChatGPT gives you. Then you say, okay, ChatGPT, not just a first-person response comment, but give it to me as a digital professional. Just ask this question, and it might, give you a very different kind of thing. Like, let's look at it, right? So we asked the question, can you give me a first-person response or comment to this particular post? We put the post over here. We put the ask over here. It gave me a nice one. I'm blown away by the data analysis your team has conducted, blah, blah, blah. Looks pretty good, right? There's no problem with that. But look how we can push it further. Can you give me a first-person response to this post as a digital professional in an active voice, right? So suddenly it is telling you as a digital professional, the data analysis, blah, 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 whatever it is, it's sounding a lot more better than this particular generic comment. So it gave us a generic comment. We pushed ChatGPT further, and it gave us a lot more interesting comment as a digital professional. And then I pushed it even further. I said, can you give me the comment as a refugee living in the Kakuma refugee camp in an active voice? Then it became even more interesting. As a refugee living in the camp, I don't have access to advanced analytics and the internet, to observe the World Economic Forum, right? But I hope that people have these critical conversations. It's brilliant. This comment is even brilliant as a refugee, but we are not that, right? We are not refugees who don't have access to, we are the ones who generated this whole thing, this whole post was generated by us. So I'm saying, actually, this used to be true for me living in the refugee camp, but now, in the last few years with StepUp.One, we have access to cutting edge analytical tools. And in fact, this whole analysis about the World Economic Forum is done by one of my fellow refugees in the Kakuma camp. So can you contrast and compare your narrative with this new reality? Then it is actually telling me something else. It is inspiring to hear that a fellow refugee in the Kakuma camp was able to conduct all these analysis and contribute to this important conversation. It completely changes your narrative, right? And then just for fun, we saw how you can ask ChatGPT to comment as if you're Nelson Mandela, or comment as if you're Barack Obama. And then we also asked it a little bit more interestingly. We say, okay, can you comment as if you're a person who had no access to these kind of analytic tools, but now you have access to both training and some of the best analytic tools in the world. So now it is giving you a lot more interesting things. So what did I do, right? I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing ChatGPT to increase my intelligence level to 20%. And we are not done, right? We can come up with another 100 more such prompts to ask ChatGPT on the simple idea of commenting, right? And what does commenting do? Commenting allows us to engage with people, engage intelligently. So the more intelligence you put in your question, in this question, there is zero intelligence. in this question, there is maybe 10% intelligence. Maybe here it is 15%. Maybe it is 20%. And here it is probably 30%. And we can keep going on and on and on and on to 40%. So the intelligence keeps increasing as you keep adding your own perspective. So keep giving ChatGPT a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. It will make the comment, it will make the content even more smarter, even more intelligent. But so that's why, we always say the power has shifted to the person who can ask the question. Right? I hope all of you are able to ask the question. Now, we've seen this dynamic engagement, right? We will look at dynamic connecting, maybe in a much more detail, but I wanted to quickly, introduce, it's exactly the same way we are commenting, but you can also ask ChatGPT, can you give me a first person message to connect with the author of this post in 180 characters, and then copy and paste the post of the author here. So this should give you a personalized, a super hyper personalized message to connect with your potential client in the most beautiful way that you can ever think of, right? But like I said, what percentage of your brain are you really using to do this? 0, right? Just like we kept pushing ChatGPT from the 0% to 10% to 15%, even here in connecting, we always start with 0 so that everybody can do it, in our team. But we slowly move to the next intelligent and the next intelligent and the next intelligent and the next intelligent until we reach the highest level of intelligence and we are able to compete, with anybody at a world-class level. Right? So that's what I would like you guys to learn. Dynamic engagement is extremely interesting, and not just for you, but also to when you work for your clients. We want to engage dynamically on behalf of all your clients. We also want to connect dynamically on behalf of your clients. So practice this on every single post that you have. And I think we have seen some practice. I'll show you a little bit of that. I hope it shouldn't take too much time. Let me just quickly show you the practice that we did today. So we took one of our own posts, our own company post, so that we can practice on our own thing. So I think it was which was that post, right? Let me just see which post we practiced. I think it was this post we practiced, right? Yeah, this was the post we practiced. And there are 10 people who have practiced that, and some of you so you can see Bahana has put this comment, as a refugee in Kakuma, I never thought I would have access to tools like Hootsuite. So brilliant comment by Bahana, and by Burberry and Patience and Nuh. Everybody has done Makal also has done a fantastic job of putting a lovely comment. And looks like some of our partners have also put, and some people have even responded to those comments, right? That's really cool. So this is amazing practice, guys. So keep up the good work. So this is the post, and then you make ChatGPT keep asking the most intelligent questions to ChatGPT to comment on this post, so that you can get better and better and better. I hope this was a good learning, and I will